A widow had two daughters. One was pretty and industrious, the other was ugly and lazy. The widow loved the ugly one more, as she was her own daughter. The pretty one had to do all the housework, so she looked as dirty as Cinderella in the family. Every day the poor goat had to sit by a well on the high road and spin until her fingers bled. Once the spindle was bloody. She dipped it into the well to wash it, but it slipped out of her hand and fell in. Then she began to cry and ran to her stepmother to tell about her misfortune. And her stepmother scolded her without mercy and said in her rage, "As you have let the spindle fall in, you must go and fetch it out again." Then the girl went back again to the well, not knowing what to do. Being too terrified, she jumped down into the well to find the spindle. She fainted. When she opened her eyes, came to herself, she was in a beautiful meadow with flowers growing under the sunshine. And she walked on through the meadow until she came to a baker's oven that was full of bread, and the bread cried out, "Oh, take me out, or shall I burn? I am baked enough already." Then she came and took out all the loaves with a pail, and she went farther on till she came to a tree weighed down with apples. It called out to her, "Oh, shake me, apples are red already." Then she shook the tree. The apples fell like rain, and she shook until there was no more to fall. And when she had gathered them together in a heap, she went on farther. At last she came to a little house, and an old woman with great teeth was peeping out of it. The girl was terrified and about to run away. The woman called back, "What are you afraid of, my dear child? Live with me, and if you do the housework, you will have everything. Just make sure to make my bed well and shake it thoroughly, so that the feathers fly about and then in the world it snows, for I am Mother Hulda." As the old woman spoke so kindly, the girl felt comfortable and decided to stay. She did everything as the old woman had told, and shook the bed strongly that the feathers flew about like snowflakes. As she worked hard, she had a good life, had never a cross word, but boiled and roast meat every day. When she had lived a long time with Mother Hulda, she began to feel sad. At first, she didn't know why, but then she thought she must be homesick. And although her life 1,000 times better than at home, she was still longing to go home. At last, she said to Mother Hulda, "I am homesick, and although I am very well here, I cannot stay any longer. I must go back to my relatives." Mother Hulda answered, "It pleases me well that you should wish to go home, and as you have served me faithfully, I will undertake to send you there." She held her hand to a large door standing open. As she reached the door, there was a heavy shower of gold, and the gold hung all about her. "All this is yours because you have been so industrious," said Mother Hulda, and she gave her a spindle which she had dropped in the wheel. The door shut. The girl came back to the world, standing near her mother's house, and as she stepped in the yard, the cook stood on the well and cried, "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Our golden girl has come home too." Then she met her mother. As she was covered in gold, her mother and her sister greeted her nicely. The girl told her story. The stepmother heard that and wished that her ugly and lazy daughter might have the same good fortune. So the ugly girl sat by the well and spinned. She stapled her finger by a needle and put her hand into the thorn hedge in order to make her spindle bloody. Then she threw the spindle into the well and jumped in. She found herself in a beautiful meadow and followed the same path. And when she came to the baker's oven, the brat cried out, "Oh, take me out, or shall I burn? I'm quite done already." But the lazy bones answered, "I have no desire to black my hands," and went on further. Soon she came to the apple tree, who called out, "Oh, shake me, apples are red already." But she answered, "What? I won't let apples fall in my head." When she came to Mother Hulda's house, she did not feel afraid, as she knew beforehand of her great teeth, and accepted to stay and help her. The first day she tried her best to do her job and was hard working. She did everything Mother Hulda said because of the gold she expected. But she began lazy on the second day and even more on the third day, so that she didn't get up in the morning. Neither did she make Mother Hulda beds as it had to be done, and did not shake it for the feathers to fly about. So that Mother Hulda was tired of her and told her to leave, at which the lazy girl was pleased and thought that the shower of gold was coming. Mother Hulda led her to the door, and as she stood in the doorway, instead of the shower of gold, a great kettle full of pitch was emptied over her. "That is the reward for your service," said Mother Hulda, and shut the door. So the lazy girl came home all covered with pitch, and the cook on the top of the well, seeing her, cried, "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Our dirty girl has come home too." And the pitch remained sticking to her till the end of her life.